A humanitarian crisis is unfolding in Gaza as the Israel-Hamas war continues. Between the struggle to bring aid in and an inadequate water supply, parts of Gaza are experiencing a famine. ABC News takes a look at key developments in the aid and hunger crisis. On October 7, 2023, Hamas launches a surprise terrorist attack in southern Israel, and Israel responds by declaring war against Hamas the day after.
But though Israel didn't start this war, Israel will finish it.
Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant orders a, quote, complete siege of Gaza on October 9th, cutting electricity to the region and blocking fuel and food from entering the territory from Israel. 2 days later, the sole remaining power station, the Gaza power plant, runs out of fuel. First trucks of humanitarian aid enter Gaza on October 21st as the Rafah border crossing between Egypt and the Gaza Strip opens. However, the border quickly closes again after 20 trucks carrying supplies, including food, medicine, and water, cross into Gaza from the Egyptian side, according to Egyptian state media. 74 trucks will enter over the next 5 days.
So today I'm pleased to say that another 66 trucks got into Gaza over the last 24 hours. It's the highest single-day delivery so far, but again, it's a trickle compared to what needs to get in.
Philippe Lazzarini, Commissioner General of UNRWA, United Nations Relief and Works Agency, tells Al Jazeera that 70% of people have no access to clean water in southern Gaza, where most of the population has fled to a month since war was declared. On December 12th, Israel opens Kerem Shalom border crossing to allow more aid into Gaza. For the past few years, the crossing had been a commercial crossing. It was used to get humanitarian aid into Gaza before it was put under blockade in 2007. December 21st, the IPC initiative releases a report saying 100% of the population in Gaza is experiencing a hunger crisis and that, quote, virtually all households are skipping meals every day.
لا في طحين ولا في خبز ولا في أكل ولا في شرب حتى مية فيش مية بنمشي كمان كيلوات عشان نجيب جنينة مية للصغار.
On February 20th, 2024, the World Food Programme, a UN food agency, announces it is suspending food deliveries to northern Gaza until conditions improve for safer distribution because it endured, quote, complete chaos and violence due to the collapse of civil order. Some aid organizations have accused Israel of not providing enough authorization to deliver sufficient aid, and even when it does give authorization, heavy fighting makes it difficult to deliver that aid. Israel denies the accusations and said the UN, its partners, and other aid agencies have created logistical challenges, resulting in a bottleneck. The Israeli government said Hamas often steals aid meant for civilians. The UN and Hamas dispute the respective claims. The U.S. conducts its first airdrop of food aid to Gaza on March 2nd, airdropping pallets with more than 38,000 ready-to-eat meals. Reports will later emerge that some Gazans are drowning trying to obtain airdrop packages that fall into the sea. 5 months into the war, according to the Hamas-run Gaza Ministry of Health, at least 20 people have died from malnutrition and dehydration, while WFP reports that enough food to, quote, feed the entire population is sitting outside Gaza. On March 15th, in a since-deleted post on X, Israeli officials claim an average of 126 trucks are entering Gaza daily and that there is no limit on the amount of aid that can enter Gaza. But a new report released on March 18th from the IPC initiative says famine is, quote, imminent in northern Gaza. 7 aid workers were killed during an IDF attack on April 1st, with footage of the aftermath emerging the next day.
It was a mistake that followed a misidentification at night during a war in a very complex conditions. It shouldn't have happened.
The organization says it plans to pause its operations in the region, and several charities announced they are pulling out of Gaza. April 5th, Israel agrees to allow more aid into Gaza amid new pressure from the U.S. 468 aid trucks enter Gaza on April 9th, according to Israeli officials, the highest number in a single day since the war began. The following day, on April 10th, U.S. Agency for International Development Administrator Samantha Power testified on Capitol Hill that it is, quote, credible to assess that famine is occurring in parts of Gaza.
As communities barrel toward famine As cholera and measles spread, as violence continues to claim countless lives, the world has largely remained silent. And that must change, and it has to change now. The international community must give more, it must do more, and it has to care more.